Everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of the Women of Community Banking podcast. I've got Mara with me. Someone is really busy, but she's given us some time today to come to the episode. So, Mara, firstly, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to the conversation.
Absolutely. So, how are you doing? How's the week been treating you so far?
It's been great. I love my job, the best members. One of the best jobs ever. Don't let the secret get out, please.
I'm like, I'm not.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
No secrets are being spilled, no spill beans, just secrets staying over there. Between that and this clean chamber and this not so clean place, right? Talking about how big a mess I stay in. So let's not talk about the mess, but yeah, let's get into the topic. Who is Mara? Mara is a very forward thinking leader in the credit union ecosystem, a huge advocate of credit unions. She is the president CEO of Minnesota Credit Union Network, serving credit unions across Minnesota. She's relentless. At GAC, she was running at 25 miles an hour from place A to B to meet credit unions and make lives better. That was a quick little introduction, Mara, in case I've missed out. Obviously, I have missed out. Please feel free to add.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. I might add a little bit there. Never actually thought I'd be on the Women of Community Banking podcast, to be honest. My career really started out as a lobbyist and worked as a contract lobbyist for many years. Ended up, one of our clients was the credit union. So I ended up coming over doing advocacy on behalf of Minnesota credit unions. And really my career journey, then I jumped into what I really learned that I loved while I was doing that. I do love it. And it still is an important part of what I do now. But really the people and the collaboration, and we setting up programs that can help support credit unions across the state, and really had that opportunity to go out and find them, create them, and ultimately ended up in the president and CEO role. So excited to be here, excited for what we're working on at the network right now.
Amazing, right? So that's a quick summary of your journey. And now, the obvious question I possibly ask a lot of people: why credit unions? What makes this ecosystem so special?
It's the people. It's the people that make credit unions special. I probably would have looked other places, but ended up working for credit unions, and it is the people that make the difference. I think that cooperation and collaboration that we hear about is different when you see it in person and you're part of it. And in some ways, people have self-selected. If you want to work for a community financial institution that gives back to their members, and that is their sole focus, that's discussed in boardrooms, they end up gravitating towards credit unions. So great group of people that really make this job fun.
Yeah, I think there's a deep purpose of sense and belonging, I think, for both of us. I'm still new. I'm a newbie. I'm like three years into credit unions, but I don't think I would want to go back anywhere after this, right? Having spent years working with large banks and corporations, this is where the heart is, and this is making sense. So thank you for sharing your point of view. I mean, that's so much stuff takes and aligns into mine. Appreciate that. Talking about advocacy, right? I mean, you've been, passionate about advocacy for forever, right? From starting off a career and then finding yourself in the network and now leading the network from the front. If you were to talk about one advocacy you're really proud of, right? What would that be?
Probably it's the advocacy win that got me hooked on credit unions. Jumped into the role, and we passed legislation that would provide for credit cards to reimburse if there was a data breach. And that was something that hadn't been done before. It was a really fun opportunity for me, coming from the contract lobbying side, where you take something and run with it. Got to put together from beginning to end the legislation, figure out what do we even write in the law, because there was nothing that existed to be able to recover those costs. And then develop the grassroots campaign, pull people together to make sure that we could lobby that, a coalition together to get that passed. Just one example, but I think it's the power of what we can do as credit unions. And we're going to have to do a lot more of that going into the future, working together to address legislative or policy issues in a united front and being very effective at it.
I mean, that had a huge impact. I mean, that's the reason you're really proud of this advocacy. You leave behind legacies, right? This is one of the legacies, for lack of better words.
A fun legacy of something that I did in the past.
Now, obviously, every state is very unique. Not only state, every region is unique. Like talking about other leagues, the league, Cornerstone, Go West, similarly, Minnesota League is very unique, right? And the state of Minnesota is even more unique in terms of the way how it operates. Talking about that, right? So what So why do you think, what makes Minnesota stand out?
Well, number one, we have 82 of the best credit unions in the country. You can mark my words on that. So
Yep.
that is why we stand out. I would say there's also just this Minnesota collaboration, willingness to talk, willingness to share. Sometimes I think that it's not ego driven. So talking about the tough moment, sharing that, the collaboration amongst the CEOs who are willing to look at options, look at ideas, partner together to help support each other. It's not a competition. It's really working together on how we can help support each other, support each other's credit unions, and make a difference in our community. Most of us who work for Minnesota credit unions grew up in Minnesota, love the state, really love the fact that we are literally helping out our friends and neighbors in the work that we do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a deep sense of belonging. Otherwise, the belonging,
Absolutely.
you won't be able
Absolutely.
to
You betcha.
do this, right? Yeah, that's pretty well taken for sure. Now, I
Well,
always love
you over for some hot dish, and now I'm losing you.
this is
A
always fun.
snowstorm, a blizzard.
Let's not get into that, right? I mean, we recovered from that. It's been just 2 weeks. We are still facing storms yesterday, and it was all gloomy. So I pray to the weather gods. I don't know who the weather god is. Do they even look at me? I pray to the weather gods that please be kind on us. Have some sunshine across horizon. Let me look at the blue sky. No more looking at everything that's white. So yeah,
Great point.
just pray.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep. Yep.
Just pray for the best of it.
Hey, spring is coming. Color is coming. It'll be good. I think everyone's going to feel a little better with a little color in the air.
That's exactly what I'm looking at. I'm looking again to walk down to Central Park and stroll around, look at the nature, and just not be freezing. So that's inner wish that I have. But let's see how much the weather gods are kind to me. If they are, they'll grant my wish. Otherwise, I don't know. Let's see.
I think they will eventually grant your wish. One of my favorite things in the spring is seeing flowers just start to poke up and gives you that hope of spring is coming.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we are waiting for, right? I mean, for the lack of better words, I'm just waiting for. I mean, New Yorkers can't be more waiting for this year. After the blizzard, I mean, just can't wait for that. Getting back here, right? After roses and then flowers and sunshines and Central Park and blue sky, let's get back to priorities, right? So obviously, running a network is not easy, right? I mean, the reason is if you're running a credit union, you're talking about a few thousands, 100,000 members. But when you're running a network, it's about running a consortium of much broader, bigger things. Those are credit unions. Everyone has different priorities. So if we will talk about or ask you about the network's priority right now, Mara, so what are the top priorities that the network has right now?
So as I walked into the role, we had 3 existing pillars that were really our areas of focus. I've shifted that because we know that advocacy is our number one member value that we provide, and have made it a pyramid. Advocacy is on top. Advocacy relates to every single piece that we do. And advocacy for credit unions can look very different. Yes, it's the legislative advocacy, but it's also advocating for credit unions on products and services. It's providing things that they need. So everything has an advocacy component. We've also really drilled in and are looking at additional ways to add member value. So yes, advocacy is that tip of the pyramid that we provide for our members, but are also looking at additional ways to provide value on a statewide basis to our members. A couple of examples are we just launched a law firm to provide legal services for Minnesota credit unions, Sulla LLC. That's a needed resource that our credit unions have been asking for a long time. So wanted to be able to provide cost-effective legal services and advice to our members. Another thing that we launched advocating for credit union members is TruLink Medicare. TruLink Medicare provides Medicare services to credit union members who are of Medicare age. And honestly, I didn't realize what a needed resource this was until we launched it. But credit unions, credit union members trust their credit unions, but they get to that Medicare age and don't know who to go to for advice. And the fact that we're able to offer all the plans and be a trusted resource has been really beneficial to those credit union members. And it really allows credit unions to also offer an additional value point for their members.
Yeah, this can go on to an hour-long podcast. I mean, if you try to expand on each and every one of them, I think this requires further conversation because these are very interesting standouts and things that you're doing right now. I mean, I'm just, when I'm talking about, I was just actually noting it down because I want to research more about it after the podcast. This is really
Yeah. No, we're
interesting.
really excited. Additional ways to add value to our members. And I mean, that's just a few examples, but really looking at what else can we do on a statewide basis? Yes, we're going to do advocacy, but there's also other ways that we can be advocates for our members.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Uh, moving on to the next, right? Staying close because, running a network needs you being very tightly aligned and being very close with the credit union leaders, be it the CEOs or the boards, because those are your members, for the lack of better words, right?
Yep.
So, how do you stay close to members? I mean, what do you do differently?
I spend a lot of time on whether it's on the road, whether it's having individual meetings, whether it's having broader statewide meetings that we hold, really to get input, suggestions, getting up also what's happening on the ground in credit unions. I think one of the things that helps me the most is even just being able to go into a credit union and hearing the conversations that are happening in the branch, how their members are being helped, listening to the new initiatives that they're working on really helps guide our work as the industry, helping support them and taking their input. I'd say the other thing is being approachable, being open, always willing to pick up the phone. I think our members are willing to share and we're willing to listen. So making sure that culture is instilled throughout the team, that we're champions of all of our members and making sure that we are aware of what they need.
I think that's the most important thing, right? And someone was telling me a few minutes back that you travel a lot. It's not only just me traveling a lot, my guest on the other side travels a lot too. So a network CEO needs to travel the entire.
But
I know.
you probably wouldn't be as effective at your job if you were not traveling and visiting people. I think face to face is always a different conversation.
That's the most important thing. I mean, that's what I keep on telling people. You do not do business or you do not close businesses sitting at your glass wall in Manhattan. Doesn't really work. Be out there hustling the entire single day. Every day you have to be there meeting people. But yeah, to your point, well taken. Moving to the next. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I was just going to add, credit unions are so member focused that they're very relationship driven. So it really is building those relationships, being trusted, being known as someone who's going to show up and help support.
That's the most important thing. Unless you show up. I mean, you're not working with the Wall Street banks. You're working with the financial institution that's helping ice cream shop to put up, as well as helping a school teacher to send his or her kids to university. This is a different ballgame altogether. It's not investing money for building the next amazing big condo or trading money for stocks. That's not really that's not in the business. That's the reason I respect this movement so much because I feel so strongly what we are doing. Absolutely.
And the member stories, I mean, the stories you hear of how credit unions are having such an impact, it is so touching. It is amazing. We don't do a great enough job of telling that story, but the difference they're making in their individual members' life is huge.
Huge. I mean, I was telling a friend of mine who is not exposed towards credit unions. Bay Area, a Silicon Valley techie, earning $500,000, my age. They don't know what credit unions are, right? I mean, this was a story that came, I think, from one of the credit unions I don't remember, like 2 years back. This was wife of a veteran, right? Wife of a veteran, and the veteran lost his life in the war. She needed some money to send her kids back to school, and they give her that loan. I mean, as per any common sense underwriting criteria, shouldn't have been done, but it was done. And those kids are now they've again joined the military and the armed forces of this country serving us. This happens only in credit unions. And I'm so proud of this. I mean, every single day at the top of my voice, I'll shout and talk about, yes, this is who we are as people and we will never change.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep evangelizing that. I think, unfortunately, not everyone realizes what a credit union is until they need a credit union.
Exactly right. I mean, you won't get the best rates. I mean, just talking objectively, you won't get the best rates going to a large bank, right? I mean, in terms of you're buying your first car, or you're getting your first mortgage, or someone who's an immigrant like me who came to this country a few years back with zero credit history. Yes, it was a credit union who came to me and gave me my first credit card. And that's real. I mean, I know the reason and why am I advocating for. I mean, and again, someone was asking me on the other side that how do you do it? I mean, do you just fake it? I don't know. I mean, you cannot fake this for years. You can take it for 2 months and 3 months, but you have to be in that movement to take this forward, right? So, and I'm so proud, Mara, that leaders like you are there in the forefront to help us, to guide us, and take us to the next level. The entire movement is very proud of what you're doing, and thank you for everything.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. One last question I want to ask you in the interest of time. Obviously, you have an illustrious career of more than 2 decades, came to credit unions. A question that I tend to ask a lot of my guests in terms of, imagine that you would advise a 20-year back now, right? And the advice could have been, my question is, advise something to do something differently, right? What would that be?
I think it would be to find some great mentors earlier on in my career. I probably just floated around a little bit without a sense of direction or purpose. So finding great mentors, I think that's key. And I've done several mentorship programs, both as a mentee and a mentor. And I mean, honestly, you get so much back in both directions, but really someone that could help guide me advice. I think as you're young, you kind of think you can do it on your own, and you realize that there are others out there willing to help you, help support you, give you guidance, give you probably some tough love or things you don't want to hear, but you probably need to hear that ultimately end up helping you. The other piece that I would say is own your own leadership style. It's tougher when you're walking into an environment that's not doesn't have a lot of women in it, is a little more traditional in terms of the financial sector, but really leading in and finding your own leadership style versus trying to adapt it to someone else's. I think that's where you can really pull together your strength as a leader. And honestly, that's what your team will respect and follow.
Absolutely. So, Mara, again, thank you. I mean, I appreciate the time you spent with us. Really thank you from the bottom of my heart of doing everything that you do every day for the movement. Doesn't matter what people say, what people think, but you'll always remember there's one kid who's sitting up in a messy studio, messy, who's always proud about you, of what you're doing every single day.
Well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to get to know you. Hop on here, have a great conversation. I might stop by and clean up your apartment at some point. The family, the credit union family.
I know that maybe the next 6 months will be just, I'll have a couple of people from the family and throw things out, right? Get to be clean. I know. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.